Alrighty there. Woo! Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stacey Storino. Normally, I'm with Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, but today, and we do have our own YouTube channel. So if you like extreme food and comfort food done up leveled, you can check out Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill on YouTube. On TikTok, we're at almost 830,000 followers there, which is really cool. But today, I'm here on my own YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed and you need help as an entrepreneur doing your own content marketing, or even if you're growing a team and you want them to help you with your content marketing and be more effective, I want to share with you a fun little hack that through my 8 years of coaching now, thousands of students, just with my business alone, forget who I reach here on YouTube. This little hack has helped people because what I'll often get when I get a student coming to me for the first time is they're like, okay, like I understand everyone wants to throw these ideal customer avatar sheets at me and all this homework, but it's not like I'm lazy and I don't want to like do my homework or do my market research or anything like that. It's that I have a hard time kind of wrapping my head around who I should be selling to because I understand maybe that if I try to sell to everyone, I end up selling to no one. That's an old sales, marketing, and sales maxim. And quite frankly, folks, it's true, especially with the digital of everything. It's really hard to optimize with keywords and hashtags if you're going too broad. You can't be competitive for any of it. So you could create the best content in the world or team members of yours. Read that in whenever necessary. You could create the greatest content in the world. But at the end of the day, if no one sees it because it's not optimized properly, what's the point? It's like you're screaming into a vacuum or a void trying to be heard by your ideal customer. And those are the people, members of your niche, are more likely to buy from you than just Joe Blow in the street, right? So, like, how do you think about optimizing your content with keywords and hashtags where necessary so that you can actually be found by the people who need to find you with your content marketing? And for the sake of today's discussions, it doesn't matter if we're talking about like YouTube videos, although this would help there, or podcast episodes that you're trying to optimize, because that would help there, or social media posts, that would certainly help there. And even blog posts, hashtags really aren't going to factor in on blog posts, at least not as of right now, but you can optimize with keywords, long tail keywords, really narrowed down like keyword phrases that your ideal customer is searching for. And then when they pull up your content, they need to be able to see that, whatever writing is done in the blog post, whatever writing is done in the caption for the social media post, whatever it is that they're consuming from you, they have to feel like, and I've said this to my students before, they have to feel like you're holding up a mirror and that they see themselves in that mirror, in what you're saying in a video or a live stream or a replay or on a podcast or whatever they're reading in captions that go with social posts or for your blog post or whatever. So here's my hack. Oh, woo! Let me just say hi to everybody and then I'm going to give you the hack. I don't want to be rude. Hi, Miss Heidi. Stuff and Junk by Heidi is here. Okay. And then hi, let's see. I think that's Rita Lara, right? Rita Lara is here. I don't love these glasses. I have to go for surgery to not have to wear these glasses. Hi, Rita Lara. Hi, Daniela. I know you've been going crazy with the in-person market. She says hashtag live. Good morning. I can't believe I have a bit of time for one of Stacey's lives. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Amy Lindblade. Good to see you too. Hi, the Speckaloon by Susie B. Good to see you here as well. And you guys know, before I dive into this hack, this mindset hack, because I know that most people, by the time they come to me, they know they have to narrow down their niche. They've heard the riches are in the niches and all of these things, but you're like, how do I pick? And once I pick, how do I optimize my content so that it's found? How do I create content that when someone's consuming it, no matter what it is, they feel a connection and they're vibing with it, and it creates a sense of rapport? Because I know, Stacey, by now that if I don't do that, I'm not going to sell. It doesn't matter what platform I'm on. It doesn't matter what my content is. I'm not going to make it. So what do I do? So I'll give you this hack in just 1 minute, but I'm asking you guys to hit that like button Okay, subscribe if you haven't. I have tons of playlists on this channel. I have over 200 videos on this channel. I can't even believe that. So, um, please make sure you do that. It's not just stuff for entrepreneur moms. Anybody can use it. I have playlists that'll help you optimize content and do content marketing on Instagram. I have playlists for Instagram Reels, and I also have playlists for TikTok. Because Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, my seven-figure client, they're going to go to 1.3 million this year. It'll be their highest yet. They are at almost 830,000 followers on TikTok. And while they're creating the content, I'm not doing that for them on that platform. They're following what I teach. Some of my students have the social talk shortcut course. Well, they're following what I teach in there, and they're doing what they can in the flow of things because they're super busy. Because now they're a seven-figure business in the middle of upstate New York, one location mom and pop shop. What I teach works. Oh, Melissa Parsons, let me say hi to you. So, Marissa Parsons, what am I doing? And hi, Miss Bridget, what's going on? Personal Space Creations by, Miss Bridget is here. Okay, so here's my hack. Make sure you give this a big thumbs up because the algorithm will push this out to more of my subscribers while I'm live. It will also suggest this out to them more so after it goes into replay mode. And it will also do whatever kind of digital matchmaking it can do to other people who aren't subscribed to me yet, but at least should see this video. Because if you're having a hard time doing content marketing to your ideal customer, or you're like, you know what, Stacey, I can't just pick one person. I have so many different types of people who buy from me. It may not be everyone in the world, and I get that I can't market to everybody. I end up selling to nobody. But how do I pick? How do I choose? And then how do I optimize and create my content from there on out? So my hack today is, and for my students who are on my email list, you saw like there was a GIF in there. So I'm gonna close the loop on the GIF because it had something to do with it. Insinuated drinking. It doesn't have to be alcohol. If you are, against alcohol for whatever the reason, you don't have to use alcohol in the imagery I'm going to give you. You could be thinking that you're taking somebody out for a non-alcoholic beverage and hanging out with them, right? You could think about like milkshakes or whatever is safe for you in terms of like a tasty beverage for you. It'll work. It doesn't have to be like 1 o'clock and we go crazy. Okay. Hey, Marquita, what is going on? It has been way too long. How are you? How are the kids? She goes, just popping in to say hi, Stacey. Might have to leave early today. Super busy. It's always super busy for you, girl, but I know what's going on with you. So I'm really happy that you're here. Miss Heather Dupay is here also. Hello, Miss Heather. Do me a favor, Marquita. Give me a big thumbs up, please. Anything helps this video get out more and more and more. My channel is growing. I was sick for a lot of the year, so I couldn't put up, 5 videos a week like I wanted to. Hey, Maria, see what's going on? Marla, see? Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Marla, see? Good morning. Okay, so let me give you guys my little hack. So a lot of my students will have a lot of different types of people buying from them. And so they will start to look up their social profiles, try to figure out, and this isn't a bad thing to do, try to figure out, if they kind of came to me bass backwards, they already have a business, lucky them, they already have proof of concept, they're selling. And they know that at least once they start studying under me, they know that they have to pick an ideal customer, and all of the content they create needs to be for that person. Because if somebody comes across a piece of content and it doesn't resonate with them, they're going to what? They're going to keep scrolling. If they see a piece of content, but it doesn't really grab them and they're not super vibing with it hard when they see it, they might slow their scroll, take a look, and then be like, bye. So thank you so much. Hey, Music Chikar, what's going on with you? Oh, only have 10 minutes. You are on the run, girl. I know. So I'm glad that you checked in too. Thank you. Everybody give this video a big thumbs up. So the hack is, if you are already in business and you're like, I have so many different types of people buying from me and I study them out in the wild and I'm trying to see what they have in common, and maybe I can kind of pick the sex or the sexual identification, and maybe I could figure out a couple other things about them, but I'm having a hard time. Ooh, I have a thing. I'm having a hard time narrowing down too much from the people who are already buying from me. You're doing this back asswards, actually. So I want to put you in the category with someone who hasn't either hasn't launched their business yet, or They're very, very new and they're making all the decisions now, or it's not too late for them to change. You're all actually in the same boat if you don't know who your ideal customer is. Okay, we do at Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill. And when we create content, we know 9 times out of 10 with certainty what's going to resonate with them, no matter what we create and no matter how we create it, no matter what copy goes with it or doesn't. We tend to hit home runs. Whenever we do a post, almost always it's like we're printing money. We get sales. We get people converting in the background. Our email list grows pretty much every day of the week. We're on the march to 10,000 email subscribers for a 765 square foot little nothing shack that's in the middle of mid-Dutchess, New York. Okay. And we're on track to do 1.3 million this year. It's not a joke. If you look at us on TikTok, we have blown up super huge there. Okay. So we know who our ideal customer is, and we can do my little drink hack. Okay. So I'm going to tell you what the drink hack is in a second. I don't want you looking at everybody and trying to figure out what clusters of people to sell to. That's too much, especially if you're not already a 7-figure business with a team and people to help you. Because you can kind of branch out as you get bigger and you really understand who you're marketing to. But in the beginning, that's no bueno. That's no good. I want you to pick one person, and it doesn't matter if you have even a fair number of people who don't fit that ideal customer getting on your email list, following you on social, buying from you. Great. Everybody's money spends the same. So why not? You're not upset. It's a sale. And as long as they don't have complaints or there's a return or something, everyone's happy. So there's going to be way more people buying from you than just your ideal customer, no matter what. So I don't know that I would be stressed about that. The hack is I want you to think of somebody who is like a business best friend, if you will. I want you to pick somebody who, if you had to create your ideal customer, forget what's already out there, especially if you're already in business and you already have proof of concept. I want you to pick somebody who is like the perfect match to you in terms of a personality. I'm going to tell you why this is important in a minute, okay? And is also the perfect person who needs the solutions that you're offering to them through your business's offerings. Doesn't matter what business model you have, okay? Doesn't matter who you are or your niche, pitch, product, and or sitch or situation. This will work. So I want you to think of who the perfect person is to buy the offerings that you have. And then, and that might seem very two-dimensional to you because you're thinking they have this problem or they have this desire. So you're thinking about the problem or the desire and not thinking about the person as much. Besides name, rank, and serial number, it's a female and she's between 25 to 30 years old and she is a pasty white Caucasian. Now, you know what? Like those things are a good start. Those are demographics, but we need to get into psychographics, how they behave when they're online and offline. And you're not going to be able to do it as well, if at all, if you don't follow my hack and go, okay, I know what their problems or their desires are that match up well with my business and its offerings, because I can help them through my offerings, my products, services, whatever, to satisfy their desires or solve their problems or whatever. But how can I market to this person? How can I optimize my content so that they can find it? And how can I create content that I know more likely than not is going to resonate with them? Because you have the skeleton through the demographics that you've selected. And the skeleton, the bone mass might be a little thicker on the skeleton because you know what their problem or their desire is that they want satisfied or the problem they want solved. How you put flesh on the bones to make this a 3-dimensional, fully realized ideal customer is you literally get to pick the person and the personality, because those are the shoes you need to stand in when you are creating your content. And that's the person that you're talking to when you market your wares. When you're on a live stream talking to somebody, I don't want you worried necessarily about who all is showing up. Like, yes, greet them, yes, interact with them. But when you're talking, there's going to be so many different people who look like so many different things. You need to pick the one person that you imagine is your business best friend, and they showed up to talk to you. And so now you are doing the live stream and talking to them. Or when you're writing the blog post or the caption that goes with the social media, same thing. I want you to think that you are communicating with a specific person. And the best part of this is you get to choose. I'm not going to tell you who the best person is for you. It's like picking a best friend in real life. I'm going to guess that most everybody who watches this live or on the replay, you got a best friend, right? Or if you hate that kind of title, you have a person that you like to hang out with the most. And you know what they look like, and you know what they sound like, and that person almost better when they're a best friend than they know themselves. They're a sister or brother from another mister, right? And so here comes the drink hack. When I'm creating content for the ideal customer, whether it's for my coaching and course creation business or for Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, I get pulled in like different directions here. But if I create content for Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, I'm thinking of my business best friend over there, which is a particular foodie. Yes, you can name the person. Some people are like, oh, whatever, that feels like homework and it's so dumb. But you know what? If you name the person and you print out a picture from like Google Images, go to Google Images, put in a description of the type of ideal customer you have with the problem that they have or what they're all about. Google is going to actually make a whole bunch of suggestions to you in your Google search, and you would tap on images to filter just the images part. And so you'll pick what that person looks like who happens to be like your business bestie. The image, you're just going to gravitate to that image just like you would gravitate to somebody in real life. And that's going to be a physical representation or manifestation of who you're talking to on lives, who you're talking to as you shoot YouTube videos, who you're talking to on a podcast, who you're talking to when you type up, captions that go with anything from blog posts to social media captions. You're talking to your best person, your best friend, your bestie. Renee Christine from Cupcake Trainings on YouTube, she, besties was a big word for her for a long time. That's what she named her followers. And she had an ideal customer that was like a best friend to her, right? And I've got to tell you, it makes it so much easier. You get to pick. Don't let the market tell you you're going to be pulled in 12 million different directions. Yes, you will sell your offerings to everybody, and everybody's money is going to spend just the same as everybody else's. And you're never going to sell to just your ideal customer, but it makes it so much easier for you when you are picking your best friend, you're giving them a name and an image. And I would hang up the image. You might even want to put it in a picture frame if that helps you, or at least somehow hang it in the workspace that you're doing most of your work in, if not all of it. And you are always thinking about that person. And when you create content and you're speaking to them that way, it's like you're taking them out for a drink. Now, if alcohol isn't your thing, fine. You don't have to go in your mind to a bar to hang out with this person. You could go to someplace like Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill and get, in your mind and get milkshakes with this person. Or you could go to a diner and get, milkshakes or an OJ or whatever, and you can sit there, right? Or you could think about like sitting at a picnic table and you both have like cans of soda pop and you're just drinking together. But you're meeting together for a drink, you're hanging out, and you're just shooting the breeze with that person. Now let's go one further. You're not just talking to them about anything and everything, although you could, because they're your best friend and you know each other as well as each other know. You almost know them better than they know themselves because you love them, you enjoy them. Not only is this going to make marketing like feel a little bit lighter and brighter for you instead of like a chore, I got to create some posts today. No, you're getting to talk to your best friend, right? To your business best friend, right? Is this making sense? Let me see. I've got some people. Love the accent. Marquina. Hi, Ann McDonald. What's going on? Good to see ya. Bridget, coffee house. Yes, Marquina. That's definitely another good thing. You take them out for a cup of coffee or tea. Go to your favorite coffee house. Go to a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts or your favorite mom and pop shop in your mind. And when you create content, you are talking to them like besties would talk to one another. Ooh, Bridget says, I just had a thought. Maybe type in the problem you solved to see what Google brings up for ideas for keywords and stuff. That's not a bad idea at all. That's when you're on the Google search and you start typing in a phrase, Google will try to finish your sentence for you. And so that's like the auto suggest feature. That's always a good idea to do, no matter what, because, you know, you've got the collective, the digital collective out there. You know how they say two heads are better than one? When you use the auto suggest feature, you're getting the power of Google and multiple heads, you know, and what they're searching and how they're phrasing out their search. Because even when you're your own ideal customer, the search that you enter, that you're running on, say, Google in this example, you might be running it the way some of your ideal customers are doing it. But you know what? Maybe most of them are doing a search that's related, but like kind of tweaked differently with the verbiage of the wording. So it's important to look, because we may be our own ideal customers, but we might be outliers, right? We think we know how everyone's searching because, you know, how complex can life be? Life can be super complex. So I do like that suggestion, Bridget, that you would want to use the autocomplete on Google. Same thing if you're creating videos on YouTube. YouTube's autocomplete or autosuggest is really priceless. That can help you think up a bunch of different, not just titles for your YouTube videos, but like other related topics too. Okay. It depends on what the auto suggest populates, of course. Hold on. Love this idea. It can work, says Marla. Thank you. Amy says, based on my question in Funnel Dynasty, you know, this is exactly the hack that I need. Yes. And I was thinking of you, Amy. I really was. So, and that is one of the more common problems that people who are beginners at marketing their own wares are. You may not be a beginner in your business, or you may be, but like, you know, marketing is its own, like, skill set. That's the word I was looking for. And you know what, as you get to make more money and you have more profit, you should delegate away anything that you don't enjoy or you don't feel good at. But you know, almost everyone starts excuse me, as a solopreneur. I did not mean to cough all over you guys. Hold on just a second. So whether in your mind you are going to a coffee house, when you're typing up your blog posts, your social media captions, you're talking to people on a live stream / replay, you're recording content for YouTube video or podcast, I don't want you thinking that you are creating content for thin air. Okay, first of all, that's no fun. And if it's no fun, you're not going to want to do it. Or let's face it, you'll probably suck at it if there's no fun. So make this less scary and make it more fun for yourself by spinning up that ideal customer avatar after all. And giving that ideal customer avatar or ICA a name, it isn't lame homework, because it is helping your subconscious mind like start to project on that concept and give it more like legs to it, make it more real. Your subconscious mind will actually open up and be able to work on this more. You know, it's like when I tell my students when they are creating copy, I want them to work in like the 5 senses as much as possible. Like, what does something look like, feel like, smell like, etc., sound like? Because if somebody is coming across your caption or your blog post or whatever, and they start to have those 5 senses like start to fire off in their minds, subconsciously, it's almost as good, of course, almost as good as the real thing consciously. So if you can paint a picture with words, even words that you're saying verbally, you know, it will put that person in the shoes that you want them in. They can actually see themselves, you know, taking advantage of the offer that you make them for your products, your services, or whatever. They can see everything working out, their problems getting solved, their desires being satisfied, whatever. They can also see what it means to them to take you up on your offer and to get your offerings, because it's going to help them to get to whatever meaningful outcome they wanted for their lives, right? So, but you do this best when you actually have an ideal customer avatar and you're not just writing all two-dimensional, and I hope people see this and I hope this works. It makes it more fun. It makes it more personable. Your subconscious mind will start to relax and drop away. Oh, I'm talking to Jessica today as I'm writing this up. Oh, I hope Jessica likes this, right? But it's not just two-dimensionally giving them a name and picking out an image. It's also like if I were to take Jessica out to Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill because she's a foodie, we could talk shop all day about her satisfying her desire in this case, for extreme food or for comfort food that's been up leveled, or to solve Jessica's problem. Because for Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, our ideal customer avatar is, a millennial mom with two kids, and she works outside the home. And she comes, this is just part of it anyway. And she comes to pick up her kids after school, and she's running them back and forth to after school activities or running them to their games, and she needs to feed them, and she's going to feed them on the run. And she just doesn't want to throw cheap fast food at them. She wants to feed her kids well. And also, she wants to multitask and create memories with those kids because she just feels like Miss Facilitator. I could just imagine Jessica complaining to me over milkshakes at Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill. Man, girl, I have to work so hard, and then I have to like run home, and I'm so tired, and I really just want to drive home and throw myself in bed. But nope, I got to pick up Ben. I got to drive Ben to his game, or I got to drive over to Ben's game rather, because he's playing, football. But first I got to get, Linda and drop her off at dance, and she'll be with her dance class. And then I have to go be with Ben. And then I have to pick up Ben because Linda has back-to-back dance classes, and go pick her up. Oh my God, I'm so tired. But this is like the second shift. And all I feel like is that my kids are being dragged around like sacks of potatoes in the back of my car, and I'm just tired, and they're running hither and yon, and they're young and they're burning out. Man, and I gotta feed them too, so I don't feel like cooking. Girl, and I'd be like, girl, you gotta go to Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill. Get them some freak shakes and some monster burgers. Really make their day. It's a lot of food. They're so hungry. They work so hard. And she's like, yeah. And you could take pictures with them, and you could shoot, little videos and stuff like that. You could make an Instagram reel or a TikTok out of it. Because look at this huge, huge milkshake that's like a freak shake, and it's got all sorts of desserts on top of it. You guys could make memories and have fun on the run. And Jessica be like, yeah, thank God you understand me. You get my problems, and you understand I really love this kind of comfort food too, man. It's a nice reward for me after working so hard. Do you guys see how this works? Is this like achievement unlocked for you? Please let me know in the comments down below. Do you have any questions about what I just shared with you here? That is a great idea, Bridget. So Bridget from Personal Space Creation says, Stacey's lessons are usually inspired by what she sees in the groups. She's awesome that way. Thank you. But you guys are awesome that way too, because you're participating. And I always appreciate people's willingness to be transparent, to be vulnerable, to share. I know on occasion, people will say to me, either in the groups that I've got, because I've got several courses through the years, and or behind the scenes, they'll say, I want to ask a question, but I feel like it's a stupid question. So that's why I'm asking you, like, say in Messenger, right? And I'll be like, girl, it's usually a girl. I have guys too, but as students, and I'll be like, no, you have to ask it back in the group. I can't do one-on-one coaching. I used to. I stopped doing that a long time ago. And, usually I'll get, well, I'm embarrassed and I feel stupid and foolish. There is no such thing as a stupid question. The old saying goes, the only stupid question is the one you what? Don't ask. So I'm of no use to you guys if I can't help you move forward in terms of your own marketing. And it's okay if you just want to do this as a solopreneur. And eventually, once your profit margins allow for it, you should always be investing about 25% of what you make back into your business, or you're not going to be able to scale and grow it. Whether you're a beginner, you're intermediate, like you've cleared all your beginner hurdles, you have proof of concept, you have a profitable business, so now you're trying to scale it. And then advanced, if you're in Funnel Dynasty, you guys know all the key performance indicators that, they're kind of bright lines, but not. You get a very good idea. Once my email list is this big, once my following is this big, once my income is this big, now I'm advanced, and now I really have no excuse. As I'm making more, that 25% like kind of expands, and I have to invest back in my business more. And it's not just courses like mine and one-on group coaching experiences that come with those coaching things. And it's not just office supplies either, folks. It is getting other people on your team, whether they're independent contractors, part-time or full-time employees, so you can delegate so your whole team can help scale your business higher, right? So I just kind of had to go off on that tangent. Amy says, I love it. It makes it so much easier to pick or design this person. That's what you're doing, okay? And Daniela says, I'm a bit behind in the lives due to interruptions. Well, you've been going out to shows a lot, Daniela. You've been working your face off. So that is cool. You got to go make that money. She said, I've been paying more attention to our art show customers' words when they first step up to our booth. I'm going to translate that to our marketing. Yes, please, because they are giving you, insights into what's going on in their brains. Okay, so that's a really good idea, Daniela. You, over the last year plus, it's been like, what, a year and a half, Daniela, that you've been a student of mine? You've really gone very far. So do me a favor, you guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. Hashtag live, hashtag replay. Yes, even for the people watching on the replay, I want to see who shows up on the replay. It does matter to me. If you're watching this on the replay and you have some sort of question that you want to ask or some sort of clarification that you're seeking on this particular topic, don't forget, I wish YouTube would allow these comments to save. I don't know. I've tried like a million different things and they wipe off. I've checked a million different things when I'm going live. That doesn't seem to help either. At some point, they'll work out the snarl so that all the comments during my live stream are down below after we go into replay mode. But replay people, you have the benefit, at least right now, of being able to put your questions and your comments down below so that I can help to answer them. Thank you, Marquina. I appreciate that. She's like, hashtag live. Okay. So, whether you're going out in a bar in your mind's eye, or you're going to a coffee house, or you're going out for a milkshake, or you're sitting down having like a cola with each other, I want you to really do this, because if you're marketing to thin air, it doesn't work. If you're trying to sell to everybody, it doesn't work. If you just do an ideal customer avatar worksheet and that's it, well, I did the work and I'm still marketing on the other side of the equation, it's still not working, Stacey. Well, it's because you're not talking to this person like it's a person, and you can't talk to everybody. So you've got to pick that ideal customer avatar that you always are just chilling with in your mind's eye. Did you see what I did before, just a few minutes ago, with Jessica sitting there at Joe's? We're both over a milkshake. We're both drinking and thinking while we're drinking. And she's sharing with me her problems and her desires. And I'm like tying in what Joe's can do for her. But also, Jessica is a millennial mom with 2 kids that do after school activities. She is an upper middle class and above type person in terms of her household income. I don't want you selling to people who, if they're not shopping at Dollar General and they're not using their benefits card, then they can't live. They can't buy from you, or they're going to scrape up all year to buy like Christmas gifts for you. And that's it. I want you talking to somebody who is more well-to-do in your mind's eye, because automatically that takes away any sort of price resistance that they would theoretically have with you. They have disposable income. It's just a matter of what they're going to spend it on. They can afford to buy from you every month. They're not hung up on living paycheck to paycheck and it's just another manic Monday for them. Like, yeah, they're busy like everyone else, but it's not like there's not, money left at the end of the month. You cannot market to people like that. So whoever you name this person, Lisa Garrett, you're going to want to listen from the beginning. This is really good. This is really, really good. Right? Everybody tell Lisa she's got to watch from the beginning, because even the example I gave about my drink hack totally works. Okay. Because I'm not just talking to her, like she's not just in my mind's eye as we're sitting there having our drink together. In this case, it's milkshakes, complaining about her problem. What I'm doing is I'm not just two-dimensionally saying, well, Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill is the perfect answer to your problem. Like, yeah, there's going to be some of that in your captions and your content, but really how you have content that acts like a mirror that you hold up to the person on the other side of the equation, the content consumer that you're trying to move from browser to buyer. What you do is you are talking to them about how this is showing up in their life. That's why you have to pick a particular person. And that's why you have to understand that person like a best friend. And, you could almost pretend that you grew up together. You remember how much easier it was before you got a job, before you had a commute in this example, before you had kids, before they got old enough to do all these, after school activities that you're glad you have the money for. And you're glad, in the case of Joe's, Jessica is glad that she has the money to be able to get them food. And she doesn't want to just hit the usual drive through with the usual disappointing, gray patties of sadness when it comes to burgers. She wants to. What's Jessica's biggest problem? She's my ideal customer avatar. We're besties. I understand her. She's my business bestie. I understand her. Her problem is, she's running around like a mad woman, and she feels like her children feel like they're an afterthought. And she's got to feed them, and she's going to have to do it on the run. She can't really hit a sit down dinner or a sit down diner. That's going to take too much traction away from her, because she still may have to cart them around a little bit more. And I'm discussing this with her in a live stream or in a YouTube video or in a caption that I create for a social post, right? When I'm creating content like that, it works, because that person goes, wow, they understand me. So now I'm going to pay attention more. Wow, this is going to resonate with me, and I'm vibing with it on a very cellular level, because they know what my day looks like. And if they're off by just a hair. It's not throwing me. They get me. People are willing to pay more, whether it's products or services or anything. They are willing to pay more when they feel that you are offering them a custom crafted solution for someone just like them, right? Nobody wants to, when they're upper middle class and above and they have disposable income, nobody not know how wants to feel like a face in the crowd. Okay. They are willing to pay more when you get them, when you understand them. And it is very clear that you've all but chewed their food for them to get them the solution that they want to their problem, or if applicable, the satisfaction of the desire that they have for Jessica in this example, for herself, and then for her children too. Make sense? This is why I follow you, said Marquina. Lisa, great patties of sadness. You know what, Marquina? In one of our videos for Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill's YouTube channel, I think it was our hamburger video, we showed why our fresh beef burgers were so much better than our similarly situated competition. And then, of course, we took aim at the big guy, which was McDonald's, and we actually had pictures peeling off the bun from a McDonald's hamburger and what it looked like compared to what we do at Joe's. That is something that someone like Jessica, as a foodie herself, my ideal customer avatar, that matters to her, right? Because what I'm doing is people buy with their emotions first, and then they justify with their intellectually afterwards, they'll justify the purchase. I'm not saying no one's ever completely analytical when they shop, just most people, they want to buy through their emotions. Jessica's a foodie herself. Her two kids are probably following in her footsteps, right? So she's going to love the fact that, it's like, look at that gray patty of sadness. I don't want that. Ew. I want some fresh beef burger that's cooked to order. And, and then you can give me all these awesome different toppings too. So it's like the basics are elevated, and then we can do the crazy food also if I feel game that day. That's fun. That's fun. I'm pushing away from the competition because the great patties of sadness that you're showing me, that you're discussing in the video. Yuck. Oh, I really want, this is fun. This is whimsical. It's different for me. It's a reward for my busy day. And then I pick up my kids, and it's kind of a reward for their busy day too, right? So every YouTube video that I do for Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, and again, I was ill this year for a lot of this year. Damn you, COVID and long COVID. But my the videos that I've done in the past, it always ends with Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill. Over the top food for over the top memories. Come by and make some over the top memories, with the ones you love, right? That's something that resonates with Jessica on a very cellular level. Okay. That's the slogan. Yes, that's part of branding, and we can do branding another time, but that's something that resonates with Jessica on a very cellular level. I'm not trying to appeal to everybody. Like the solo dude that works a million hours and orders takeout from us. What am I going to do? Have a million different slogans? Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill. Over the top food when you're tired and burned out, you corporate slave. What? No, I'm pitching to parents, really moms who have kids. And so they're not just eating the over the top food for themselves. We sell to plenty of people who have no kids, no dependents, and this is all just for them. But it's really about over the top memories with the ones you love, right? So hopefully that makes a lot of sense for you guys. Yay. Okay, cool. All right. My son just had his picture retaken because this is what it looked like. I love him, and this is a mugshot. Oh my God. So he just texted me to say he had his picture retaken and he's happier with it. Well, almost anything is better than this lockup photo. Holy God. All right. So Amy Lindblade says, great patties of sadness. I will use that when the hubby wants to be cheap and go to McDonald's. Girl, please, anywhere else but there. I know Joe's doesn't have a drive-through, but we're kind of like that perfect mix. I mean, we offer delivery too now. We get a ton of delivery, especially this time of year. It's cold where we are. But so serious. He didn't mean to look like that. He wasn't ready. Oh my God. So anyway, how does this match up with you guys? While I'm waiting for some comments for you guys, and I'm going to take a quick sip. I hope you guys don't mind. You get a little parched when you're doing this. Give this video a big thumbs up. Even if you're watching this on the replay, it still helps because it's going to get this video suggested out to more of my current subscribers. For my Planathon people, if you bought Funnel Dynasty, you do not have to pay for Planathon this year, okay? Planathon is usually my big live experience. It runs 4 to 6 hours. We're going to have to do it like the last week of December because there's just no way. No way. My designer is coming up with the stuff to finish out the Funnel Dynasty bonuses and then all of the PDFs because you get almost 24 of those to help you with all your planning, not just during the live experience where we're all kind of working on this stuff together, but then on the replays. Also Planathon going forward after this next and last, I imagine last live experience that I'll do, it's actually going to be a full-blown course. But the people who bought Funnel Dynasty, and I know there's a few that are here today, Planathon, that course will be part of your bonus too. So no worries about that. You will get an email from me, and I'll post in the group too, letting you know when the Facebook group for Planathon, 2021 goes down, or really for 2022. And you'll be able to join the Facebook group, and you'll have the section unlocked in your Funnel Dynasty members area. For those people who either have never bought anything of mine before, or it's been a minute and you've either gone to a Planathon in the past, it's a popular thing of mine, or you haven't, doesn't matter. I will be selling Planathon in the next week or so. And if you have Funnel Dynasty, you're good. You don't have to get this. You will be getting it. You don't have to pay extra. It was a bonus. But for everybody else, I will let you into Planathon. I will make announcements on the next live, all the good things. I'll post in all the groups and send out an email if you are on my list. And McDonald says, yay, I can't wait for Planathon. Thanks. Yeah, that was like a big hit. I knew it would do well when I first launched it with Renee Christine, but we were both like, whoa, a lot of people really loved it. And a lot of people came back the next year or two. It was nuts. And a lot of people are like, wait, I don't. Oh, Jocelyn, are you still here? How did I miss you? Hello, Miss Jocelyn. I'm sorry. Viva Lingua is here, but that's really Jocelyn. Hey, Jocelyn, you do want to go back to the beginning of the video. You missed it. This was like pretty packed until now when I'm just being all chatty. Love Planathon, one of my favorites, says Amy Lindblade. Well, thank you. Yeah, people find a lot of value in it. So, and I was just going to default to a course, but a lot of people were like, no. I like hanging out with you digitally for like 4 to 6 hours. And I do a lot of the work while I'm with you, and we can shoot back and forth with questions. So I will do it live this year. We'll have Barney, my video editor, like edit everything down into lessons. So this way you can use it. I'm going to try and be evergreen when I talk in those lessons. And then, once I go off the live, we can certainly post a bunch of stuff. If you get Planathon or you don't, starting January, it's my plan to do 30 days of live streams where we are talking about how to it's not going to be Planathon. Planathon is a thing unto itself. It's not about planning out all of your content marketing for the next year. That's Planathon. Planathon also is about planning all of your paid offering, like product drops, or if you're a coach or course creator, like cart open, cart close, and things like that. We do that too. The 30-day boot camp is just for any entrepreneur and it'll be a video a day on YouTube. Let's all pray I don't get sick for the zillionth time, but that's the goal. And I will start with the pre-edited videos on my YouTube channel again too. Barney and I probably have about a month's worth of those already in the can. So those are going to automatically be published starting January. I think January 1st or 2nd. So those are coming back. So for those of you who already subscribed and you click notifications, you'll start seeing notifications for the pre-edited videos as well. We'll have several of them going up a week too. But the lives that I will do will be anything from like mindset to productivity, like all the basic stuff that you either think you know, but you don't, or different ways to like actually achieve things if previous more well-trod ways haven't worked for you. So that's going to be going down on my YouTube channel. So if you know anybody who's strapped and they're like, oh, I can't buy anything, and no one ever helps me, I'm just a little guy, BS, we're here for you. There's all the 200 plus videos that are on this YouTube channel already. And most of them, if not all of them, are organized into playlists anyway. So this channel is already a resource. But spread the word to anybody you know. Maybe they're part of the great resignation thing that's going on in the United States. Good Lord in heaven. Or maybe they are older and this is their second act. Or maybe they're down on their luck and they're just like, I can't afford paid coaching or a paid course. This is a give back. And I like to start January with that. So we will definitely be doing those lives, even if they're just 15 minutes a day, because I'll also have my regularly scheduled videos coming back on track. Whoa. Yes, I will have to listen to the replay. Yes. Jocelyn says, I got 2,300 viewers on 2 shorts on YouTube this week. Okay. I love that. Everybody cheer Miss Jocelyn on, because it's always good to see something go viral or pop. Jocelyn, for your thing specifically, and then anybody else who has a YouTube or a Reel or a TikToks, any sort of short form video content really pop, I want you to look at not just the content that you created and go, how is this different from anything else that's currently on my channel, my account, whatever. I want you to look at how you optimized it, because I don't necessarily want you to duplicate it exactly, because that can get boring, but how can you continue to riff on that so that you can continue to ride the wave, the algorithmic wave of the algorithm on that platform? In this case, it's YouTube with YouTube Shorts pushing your stuff out, because you don't want the algorithmic compulsion, if you will, or the algorithmic like propulsion, if you will, to kind of die down. It will at some point, but you don't want it to crash. Like you want to really capitalize on whatever it was that worked. That's your audience telling you that they like something a lot. Warning, I do have some students who are like, I did this video, it did really well, and it's not a products or an offerings based video. And then you get sad when you have like a product spotlight video that doesn't do anywhere near as well, but maybe you were baking bread or you were showing off a parrot or a pet or something. You do have to keep in mind that when you go to a broader audience, you're going to get more views. You're likely to get more algorithmic compulsion or propulsion. You are likely to get a lot of eyeballs on that content. But when you're an entrepreneur, what matters is that you narrow down and you niche down and blow up. Like Donna Huslander will tell you that when she went even more narrow with her optimization, because she's a very successful student of mine, the views that she got on her content, whether they were video or not, they did tend to go down. However, she tracks her analytics. She did get more subscribers for it than the more broad-based stuff. She did get more people on her email list, and she did get more sales. So she's like, isn't that funny? Like, way less views, way more of all the macro conversions that my business needs to succeed. I'm not surprised. So, like, keep that in mind too, Jocelyn. Like, I know you're pretty much going to be more business focused than not. And sometimes it is important to have at least one piece of content that comes out per week that kind of shows somebody behind the scenes about either Maker Monday or behind the scenes, or this is how it's made sort of stuff. Get to know the business more, get to know the owner more, and all that stuff's really cool. And so that stuff might kind of be a little bit broader depending upon the content and the optimization. And that's really cool. But like, don't get upset if like when you get back to business, then you get a decrease in posts. Am I saying you don't get back to business? Of course you do. You're not some kid just doing this in your spare time. And look at me, how gangster I am with all of these extra followers. Who cares? You can't deposit followers in the bank. Unbound by Tiffany. What's going on? Hey, thank you. You want to listen to this from the start, Tiffany, because I'm going to, if you guys are in a good place, I'm going to wrap this up. This was a really power pack training. I know that this is a tip that definitely is like achievement unlocked. When you're thinking about taking that ideal customer out for a drink, and you were thinking about not just how they look or what their name is or the demographics, you start thinking about the psychographics. You know, what accounts do they look up social media wise, and why is that important to them? And how can you talk to your business best friend? Or you know this stuff from talking to them in the past in your mind. How do you weave this stuff into the conversation when you're creating content, when you're speaking to them on a video, when you're speaking to them in a podcast, when you're speaking to them online, right? So this was one of my better ones. I did not have as many I did not have as many announcements to have to make. And I did not, and I love it. I'd rather focus on you guys as much as I can, but I'm in business too, y'all know. So, but 30 days of free live streams with the replays posted, plus the edited videos are coming back out in January. We already have a bunch of those edited and uploaded to the YouTube channel. So even if, God forbid, I get sick or something, those will still come out regardless. So, you know, and I will continue to do the Wednesday lives and the replays. Don't worry about that. Okay. So, all righty. If everybody is in a good place, definitely this is one to watch from the beginning. If you're just coming in now, this should help you. And please let me know down in the comments below, live or on the replay. Did it help you? Do you have any questions? Do you need any points of clarification? And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.